All right, welcome back to the show. This show is just, it's a cult classic. John Mano deemed it a cult classic many years ago. He's one of the biggest fans of the show. And we appreciate John's support of this tremendous show. And it's for reasons like this, because we're cutting edge, because we, when we find talent, we promote it. And that's, of course, emphasized by the tremendous president of this great network, our leader, Mark Barish. And from what I understand, there'll be a new show coming up on PCNC, the Sean Twardy Show. He's a superstar. Can we take a shot of him? There he is in the cap, superstar producer Sean Twardy. The Sean Twardy Show, co-starring Rich Walsh and Trenny Kisnerick. There he is. Sean, by the way, Sean is a... Sean, I don't know if you've noticed that, if you've been told this, but we had a meeting today, and we're going to ask you to help us produce the October 7th game, the Steelers-Seattle game, because we know you'll be hanging out there and you may be getting, guests for our post-game show. So I just thought I'd tell you that on the air. I love you, Sean. You're the best. Sean Twardy, thank you very much. Oh, the fans love him. All right, anyway. That's what it's all about here on PCNC. It's all about breaking new ground, isn't it? By the way, isn't this thing supposed to be moving? George, is Paul Coatsworth-Becker? So in other words, it's not moving anymore but how about this? We're going to a new building. I don't know if you've noticed it. There's a new building going up. It's spectacular. It's unbelievable. It's a new building going up. You go up, get off 279 North, and you get off of the McKnight Road exit, and right there in the corner is a big building, and it's ours. It's a new building. Am I going to have a set in there? Are we actually going to do this show in that building? You've confirmed it? All right, because I know, all right. Okay. That's tremendous, and I look forward to it. The building's going to be unbelievable, by the way. Should we take some calls now? Or go back to Sean Twardy? Should we take some calls? Let's go to Ronnie. What's up, Ronnie?
What's up, John?
Hey, you're the man. What's happening?
The Pirates, they just have to get rid of David Littlefield. Enough is enough.
How about Matt Morris tonight? Okay, they trade Rajay Davis, who's becoming a superstar now at San Francisco. We get a $10 million contract in Matt Morris. And what happens tonight, Ronnie? Tell us what Matt Morris did in the first inning tonight, Ron. Tell our viewers.
5 runs.
5 runs in the first inning. And by the way, 2 of them on a home run by former Bucko.
Back to
Moises Alou.
Back to Littlefield. I think a lot of their problems have been caused by management. You look around the league, the best teams have the best general managers, like Gary Roberts.
Oh, no question about it. There's no question that what it really becomes more sickening as you look at it is the history of the Pirates drafting over the last 6 to 7 years, as emphasized again by what happened this year, when Matt Wieters, who's the next Johnny Bench, is on the board, a switch hitting catcher out of Georgia Tech, and they take some relief pitcher. And the bottom line is this club is on their 15th consecutive losing season, which means they've had a ton of high draft picks, and they just continue to blow the drafts, and it's sad. Where do we want to go next? Let's go to George. Good evening, George. Welcome to the show.
Hey, John. How you doing tonight?
Good.
Hey, I just want to thank you for coming out to Seneca Valley today.
I love Seneca Valley. It's tremendous. And I was out at Seneca Valley actually yesterday. Now I was out at Knock and Butler today. But Seneca Valley, 9 defensive starters coming back. There's going to be an extremely good defensive team because a lot of those starters have 2 to 3 years of experience starting. So I'm looking for big things out of Seneca Valley.
Yeah, it's a great program. I know a lot of people don't like the high school game. I know some people will kind of want to watch the world burn, but it's a good thing for the game. And Seneca Valley, they are just stacked this year. I really think that they can go far. And with a coach like Gary Roberts, I think that they can go all the way.
That's tremendous analysis. Thanks for bringing it. And I wish we had our still. George, again, there isn't even a way we can jerry-rig it. What I need to then do is get maybe a picture of him. Do we have a... Yeah, well, there's no question about that. And I think Mr. Barish is working on that, to be honest with you. I think it's time to take another shot of Sean Twardy. I think that's where this show is pretty much heading towards. Shots of Sean, there it is right there, who's the star of the Sean Twardy Show. All right, let's go back to the lines, shall we? Well, who's up next? Let's go to Jim. What's up, Jimbo?
How you doing, John?
Oh, I'm doing fabulous.
You know, I think Woodland Hills is the favorite.
All right, now listen, guys, you're screening the calls back here. You know these guys are. He does it when he's going to.
Gary Roberts.
You guys are the. Let me tell you something. Here's the deal. See, at least we're not CW. Listen, I know that because we're moving to the new studios, we don't have some of the technology that provides us to provide you some of the comedy we have here. But I'm sitting there watching that CW show tonight with that Sapone guy, and when they get prank calls, they go to some still of the city. They just, all of a sudden, Sapone will be on there going, he'll be listening to the call and going, and then they'll go to some still of the city. I'll tell you what, we maybe can take a cue from that tremendous show, whatever they call it over there, Sports Talk with Mike Sapone, I think is what it's called, and can we take the tower cam? Is there a tower cam shot that's available? There it is, right. So that's the shot we will take now. Instead of Gary Roberts putting a still up of Gary Roberts, which, by the way, well, here's the bottom line. This show is such a cult favorite that fans are tuning in now for this kind of entertainment. But because we're moving to the new building, we can't take the still of them anymore. Let's take, again, the shot of the skyline. Can we do that? There it is. That's entertainment. That's what it's all about. There's Sean Torty. That's the kind of stuff that Pop can't give you. That's the kind of stuff that John Steigerwald can't give you. And certainly this Mike Sapone character cannot give it to you, because I'm watching him tonight and they're taking stills of the skyline. Now, certainly they've got, I mean, they don't have the excuse of moving to a new building and the what you have to do to, when you make that transition, you got to shut down some equipment, you have to build new equipment. That's why this right here, this phone zone graphic is supposed to be moving, but apparently since we're moving into the new building, the technology is not allowing us to move this. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, this may be the greatest show in the history of this program. And by the way, we've been on since what, 1997? Is that right? 97? I think it is right. And by the way, when that goofball McIntyre was here, he was like on the air for 1 year, and they threw him some massive party at some huge bar, which they rented out. Why don't we get that kind of stuff? I can't even get